Alongside Christian Olenowski, I'm David Maricatani. The duel is starting tonight at 141 pounds. Ryan Jack from the Wolfpack, Brian Courtney from UVA. Christian, you know a lot about Courtney. What does Steve Garland have to say about him?
Well, he's a veteran, right? He's a guy who stepped back into the lineup for the Cavaliers kind of mid-season. He was down in South Carolina teaching, so he's really just kind of getting his feet back underneath him. Went to an open last week, made the finals. We think we're going to see a little bit different pace from him tonight because he's wrestling a guy who's real stingy in Ryan Jack.
Good sweep single here. Climbs, escalates, gets to 2. Riding time starting now.
And one thing you see at the highest level of wrestling, right, the guys who win often, their finishes are quick and clean, right? And that's what Jack did a really good job there. He got to the leg and he got it up and got a nice trip. So back right in there again.
On that lefty swing, and that's something different to defend if you're not used to that. Most people are, both right leg leads, so you're used to defending high crotch on that side. He's trying to cut double. Courtney's trying to stay in the crotch. If you can put him to a hip, it'll be 2. I'll give you the comments from Coach Popolizio when we got a good break.
Well, and I remember that year when Courtney was a sophomore or a junior in high school where he kind of burst onto the scene. He won like everything under the sun. This is the position he would be in very commonly, and he would win it often. And he would win a lot of big matches. So looked like they were out of bounds.
Nice job, Jack, keeping his foot in bounds there. He's trying to cut across now. Nice little hip heist. So Coach Popolizio said that Jack, obviously a round of 12 guy last year, the younger brother of Kevin, really used last year as a motivation. He had really worked hard this summer, improved both his mentality and his approach. They said his offseason was so good, the team elected him captain. He has a high attack rate, as we've seen here, and he also said he's really good on top. So Courtney's got to get his offense going. Christian, what is he got to get to his best? Tie, win the hand fight? What would you suggest here?
Yeah, and Jack is doing a really good job of maintaining inside control. And as Courtney tried to snap out of that, Jack quick in on the legs.
He'll go with the snap, right?
Yeah, and one thing Jack's doing a really good job of is keeping his hands inside, so Courtney's unable to really generate a lot of offense. Courtney's got to win the hand fight, get his hands inside, and be able to set himself up for a high-level attack.
So Courtney's managed to either stalemate or scramble out of it, but it's 3 shots to none. You know the stalling calls have got to be coming here eventually. I mean, because Jack's had 3 serious attacks, and Courtney's had none so far. And there's a sort of a good half shot.
Good little attempt, but he wasn't able to get to an angle there. Good head position by Jack, was able to block him off. And one thing I'm noticing, through this first period, Courtney's...
Wow. Hold on here. Oh, he's going to get... Boys. You mentioned the finishing clean and quick, and the first time he did it, now it's... Ooh, he's got that reverse single leg. And he's probably going to be able to hang on here.
Yeah, short time. But what I was saying, Courtney's kind of living in that outside tie, that overcollar, and he's trying to snap and create like a push or a pull and pop type scenario.
Coach Pop and his staff, McCall, Adam Hall, Ryan Jack. Coach Pop's just frankly one of the best coaches in the game. Resume speaks for itself. 3 champs, 24 All-Americans, and took that program from a consistent, not top 25 team to a consistent top 10 team.
Well, and I remember, it wasn't the day that Popolizio took over, but, he took over my senior year of high school, or right as I was coming into college, and just the transformation of NC State, what he's been able to do, changing the culture. He's got administration bought into everything he's doing. Heck, they got to host the World Team Trials a few years ago. That was an awesome experience down there.
That was awesome. I got a funny story about that if we get time. So it was a good escape by Jack. Now we're back in the scramble. Jack's got that headgear on as a necklace right now. He's trying to go, looks like barbed wire, crossface, whatever you want to call it. And again, Courtney's ended up in that reverse single leg. Now he looks like if he could get his head high, but now looks like sort of advantage Jack. This feels all in the world like another stalemate, huh?
Yeah, got to a strange position where you could almost see, like, if Courtney was able to just give one little hip pop, he may have been able to get through Jack. But, as good as Jack's offense has been here early, his defense is just as good. So it's going to be a tough position for anyone to score.
So a little quick headgear check. So I will interrupt myself if something happens, but at those World Team Trials, I was there in a capacity with USA Wrestling, and I don't know if you remember this, Christian, but the power went out. Do you remember that?
No.
So the power goes out, and I'm standing next to Joe Russell from USA Wrestling. I said, Joe, what'd you do? And he looks at me dead in the eye. He goes, all I was trying to do was charge my phone, Mirikitani. I said, that's it. I'm dead. You win. like, just so quick with it. He's so smart.
It's like, oh, well, they did it at the Super Bowl. We had to give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Are you surprised at all? No stall calls yet?
I think Courtney's done a good job of kind of controlling the center. If you notice, Jack is keeping his backside to the edge of the mat and getting kind of pushed to the edge before he's able to generate offense. So almost like in an MMA fight, ring control is giving you an opportunity to stay in the fight and stay on the judges' scorecards.
He got the leg again and just look. There's Coach Garland, sleeves rolled up, tied, nice and tight, looking good. Former national champion himself. Done a great job with this program. So now Courtney's got to get out. He's got to get a 1 and a 2. Yeah, as I said, Coach Papolizio said Jack likes being on top. And as you get near the end of the year, it's the ability for guys. So he should be counting on the leg here now. You should still be counting on the leg.
And you see the kind of second official give him a gesture, almost saying, hey, let's, starting to encourage him to give him that count. And one thing I noticed from Coach Garland early in this bout, when they got into a scramble position, he was ready to throw the brick because he understands how important winning this match is to keep them in the duel.
Yeah, this is a match they got to win.
NC State is a loaded team top to bottom, and you can't have, your veterans losing these close matches. So he's ready to throw that brick if he needs to.
So Jack's gotten 37 seconds of riding time this period. Had a little bit on the takedown, and Courtney had a little bit on the escape when he was on top. So probably pretty close to that 35, 40-second mark.
Courtney doing a good job of getting to his feet, but Jack is doing everything to kind of cautiously hold him on top while avoiding the stalling count.
So, riding time's at 37. And I've talked to a couple coaches. I talked to, like, Arizona State and Missouri and a couple other schools. Like, they definitely practice those situations. Like, you drop down and the ref is counting, both on bottom and on top. Now he's got a bar. He's got that bar. And now you can do some things. They've changed it off to a deep waist.
And you got 10 seconds if you're Courtney to get up and out. 5 seconds away from giving up riding time and really changing the course of this match. So now you need an escape, a takedown, and to hold him down for some time to get rid of riding time.
Or to get to overtime,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So stall warning on Jack, and I'm a little bit...
Coach Pop wants us to have a conversation. Just make sure you're on the Christmas card list for next year, right?
asking Mr. Official what's going on for dinner after this. Hey.
Yeah.
You know any good places in Charlottesville open after 9?
Wings, barbecue, what are we doing, right?
And we are 6 minutes and 26 seconds into the duel, and Mr. Pat Papolizio has received a verbal warning from the officials.
Yeah, that's that automatic call though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're not getting your money's worth if you don't get that at least once a duel, right?
Yeah, so nice grab.
He's out. He gave up the takedown.
So they're gonna call no escape.
No change.
And I like that call, right?
Really?
I do, right? You let them wrestle through the position, and yes, like the reaction time game
So it's okay. So real quick, the scoreboard is either 3-1 or 5-2.
It should
Can't
be
3-2.
It should be 3-1.
Right. That's fine. I think he's out. I think he's out right here.
But they never really broke contact. Like if you see, Jack is a dog on a bone there. Like he is.
Let's put it this way: if he doesn't get back on top, he just gets to a leg but doesn't finish. Virginia's going crazy that was an escape. So Nate Gomez is reffing tonight on the outside. He's from Oklahoma City. He was one of our officials at the Hall of Fame duels. Does a great job.
And you could kind of telegraph that one, right? Courtney was going to try to go for a Granby. And that's going to do it for us here at 141. So NC State strikes first. 4-1 victory for Jack. 3-0 lead for the Wolfpack after one.
Christian, if you get any better at that, I'm not going to have a job. So we're going to go up to 149.